Zilla, and you're listening to Frey. Starting right now. Here's your host Alfredo Leon.
Back out, it's indeed Frey. And let's begin with the continuing of the playoffs in Major League Baseball as the New York Yankees once again avoid elimination in Game 4 of the American League Division Series against the Cleveland Indians. Luis Severino was able to bounce back from his blunder in the AL wildcard game. Aaron Judge also got a huge hit, and the Yankees were able to take advantage of a poor Indians defense to grab a crucial victory on Monday night in the Bronx. They forced a winner-take-all Game 5 in Cleveland. Gary Sanchez homered, and Judge got his first hit of the series with a 2-out double with 12 strikeouts and 15 at-bats despite that. Indians starter Trevor Bauer had a hard time on 3 days rest and was out of the game by the second inning. But on the wet Yankee Stadium field was when the Indians were playing sloppy when they committed a season-high 4 errors that wound up being a franchise record for a postseason game, and that led to 6 unearned runs as a result. The reigning AL champions only committed 76 errors all season, which was the lowest amount in the league. After the Yankees prevented a 3-game sweep with a 1-0 victory on Sunday night, the wild card Yankees, aforementioned, will start CC Sabathia against his original team at Game 5 Wednesday. Indians ace Corey Kluber will get the start in a rematch from Game 2, where he was hit very hard in New York when he was hit there. The winner will end up playing the Houston Astros in the American League Championship Series after Houston finished off the Boston Red Sox on Monday in 4 games to win their ALDS. What the Yankees did by winning 2 in a row was impressive for them. The Indians hadn't lost 2 in a row since August 22nd through the 23rd at home against Boston. This was before they started their AL record 22-game winning streak. Since then, Cleveland went 35-4 prior to playing at Yankee Stadium. Severino only got 1 out in the wildcard game against the Minnesota Twins, but his teammates helped him out in a big way as the Bronx Bombers won 8-4. This time, Severino made sure that wouldn't happen again, and he got the win. With a 5-0 lead, he struck out 9 in 7 innings and also gave up 4 hits. That included Carlos Santana's 2-run shot and Roberto Perez's solo home run. Tommy Kahnle pitched in relief, and Della Patanzas was out of control in the 8th and got 6 outs for his first save of the season as the York improved to 3-0 when facing playoff elimination this year. Sanchez hit his second homer of the series off of Brian Shaw in the 6th to make it 7-3. It was a rainy day in the Big Apple. Both teams were unable to take batting practice because of the bad weather. The tarp was removed in time for the start of the game, and fans were seeking cover in order to avoid getting wet. There were some showers that occurred in the first. There were also puddles that remained on the slick warning track all night. The first of 2 costly errors came by Giovanni Urshela, who was a 224 hitter. 224 hitter was in the lineup for defense. Starlin Castro's sinking line drive struck him just above the left ankle, which charged him with the error. After that, Urshela was shaken up, but he stayed in the game. With 2 outs, Todd Frazier pulled a 78-mile-an-hour curveball to deep left, and it just landed on the foul line for a RBI double. A frustrated Bauer gestured with his hand when he didn't get the call on a 3-strike pitch to Aaron Hicks, who then singled in a run. Brett Gardner also singled after a mound visit from Indians pitching coach Mickey Callaway. Judge had a tough at-bat. The rookie was 0 for 11 with 9 strikeouts in the series before he fought back from 0-2 to a full count. He then lined a 2-run double to the left field wall on 1 out. After Judge went to second base, he clapped and pointed to the Yankees dugout. Bauer only lasted 5 outs after he tossed 2-hit ball with 8 strikeouts over 6 2/3 innings, during a 4-0 win in the series opener last Thursday. All 4 of the runs he gave up were unearned. Urshela's 2-out throwing error with the bases loaded in the 3rd made it 5-0. Frazier reached on pitcher Danny Salazar's throwing error to start the 5th. He scored on Gardner's shallow sacrifice fly to center fielder Jason Kipnis, who was a second baseman that moved to the outfield late in the season. Kipnis started the year on the disabled list with a shoulder problem. Now let's get more into the matchup for Game 5. Indians pitcher Kluber is a favorite to win the Cy Young Award in November. Kluber posted a record of 18-4 with a 2.24 ERA. He had 265 strikeouts this season. Those impressive numbers also included a 2-0 mark with a 1.59 ERA against the Yankees that also left them with 5-1 with a 1.80 ERA in 7 career regular season starts versus the Yanks. they were able to get him to the. They were able to get to him in Game 2 on Friday. It allowed 6 runs and 7 hits over just 2 2/3 innings. And with the Yankees, if they don't win on Wednesday, it could be the end of Sabathia's run in pinstripes. He went 14-5 with a 3.69 ERA this year. It could become a free agent after the World Series. He was removed with an 8-3 cushion in Game 2 at Cleveland after only throwing 77 pitches. New York's bullpen gave up the lead, and the Yankees lost 9-8 and 13 innings. This is a big game for both teams, as whatever happens here could affect the matchup in the next series in the ALCS against the Astros. If the Yankees win, the Astros will have home field advantage throughout the series, and the Yankees probably will be an underdog. If the Indians win, they'll be favored in the series and will have home field advantage. So for the Astros case, this will be big on both sides. Whatever happens could affect where they play Game 1, as we don't know where will happen in the ALCS, depending on which team wins. It's a big matchup, especially for the Indians. The fact that they would blow 2-0 lead in back-to-back series would be an unbelievable disaster for them, as they blew a 3-1 lead in the World Series last year against the Chicago Cubs, and they were unable to win their first World Series since 1948. So this is big for the Indians. The Yankees, they have nothing to lose if they win, because people didn't expect them to get this far. Nevertheless, credit go to the ALCS. This would be a huge failure for the Indians if they're unable to win Game 5, especially with their ace Kluber on the mound at home in Progressive Field in Cleveland. This would be a huge disaster for them, as this would be like not what they expected, as they expected to get back to the World Series if they're unable to win. This is a big game for the Indians. We'll see if LeBron James shows up. He controversially had the incident in 2007 during the ALDS against the same Yankees when he was rocking a Yankees hat, and there was a lot of outrage because of it, because he's from Akron and he's supposed to be supporting the Indians. However, when they would have their run to the World Series last year, though, he supported the Indians. We'll see if he shows up. My guess is I'm not really sure. Maybe he'll show up, maybe he won't. But either way, it's still a big game, though, for both teams, as both are trying to move on to the ALCS against the Astros. It'll be a good matchup either way, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Game 5, as this is big. And can CC Sabathia be able to handle it? Especially having to deal with Corey Kluber again. As Sabathia, because like I said, this could be his final game in pinstripes. But there's reports that the Yankees want to bring him back on a 1-year deal. So the chances are they'll probably bring him back, because what he's done this year is incredible. And he said he doesn't want to retire. And we'll see what happens in this game, because it's a huge game. Winner take all. It's like a Game 7, but it's Game 5 because of the ALDS. But there's probably going to be a lot of people watching the game. The stadium's going to be packed. There could be a lot of nerves on both sides, because it's unbelievable what's going to happen. The Indians should probably be a little concerned, because they were up 2-0, and they are now down. They're now tied 2-2. So they have to be careful. They have to be careful in this game. If they lose, it's over. And that'd be tough for them, especially with the season they have, winning 22 in a row. Corey Kluber possibly winning Cy Young Award for the AL. And if Kluber has the game that he had in Game 2, it could be game over, no pun intended, for the Indians if they cannot keep up with what they're doing. But I don't think Kluber's going to struggle in Game 2 like he did in Game 2. I don't think he's going to struggle in Game 5 like he did in Game 2 when he gave up 6 runs and 7 hits to the Yankees. He'll be more ready for this game, because look what happened with Severino. He bounced back from a tough AL wild card against the Minnesota Twins. If he could do that, then Kluber's definitely going to bounce back, especially at home. A lot of energy from the crowd. That's going to play a big role as far as what is he going to do in the game. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Who knows who's going to win, but the Indians, if they're legit like they were in the regular season, they better win this game. But if not, the Yankees will move on to the ALCS and try to continue their magical season, which no one expected. I didn't expect it to be this good either. We'll see what happens. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.